Hey Slayers, what's up? It's your girl Tiana, aka the Swagslayer from swagslayer.com. If you need hand sourced inventory delivered to your front door, don't hesitate to head over to swagslayer.com and get yourself a Swagslayer box. Tonight I'm coming to you live with the Swagslayer Feature Friday, and it's the last Swagslayer Feature Friday of 2020. So as you see by the ticker at the bottom, we are going to recap 2020 with all the awesome things that have been going on. What's up, Funny Cat? Hey, Ashley, thanks for coming to hang out. So I know 2020 has been a struggle for so many of us. We've lost some things. We lost some people we care about. We struggle through things. We may have lost financial support, jobs, money, all kind of things that have come along in 2020 that we had to go through. But the things that we have definitely done in 2020, we've overcome, we've accomplished, and we continue to move forward. Every obstacle that comes our way is either going to make us or break us. We're all still here. So I want to congratulate you on being made by 2020. It says that iron sharpens iron. So even if 2020 seemed like a huge obstacle to overcome, and yes, it definitely was, I lost ones that I love as well, we still were able to get through it. And we are here today at the very end of December, almost to 2021, New Year. So thank you for sticking it out through the good and the bad. Thank you for going through the personal things that you've had to deal with in your life. Thank you for going through all the business things that you've had to deal with and overcome and come out on the other side. For me, I know that I have done some things in my business that I was able to help grow it. March was when all the crazy kind of happened here in the United States. And even with everything going on, I was able to make the most money I've ever made online reselling in March 2020. And that really just gave me the motivation to keep going. I know some of us struggled through March and April of 2020 for simple things by like not having a printer at our homes because we were printing at work or printing at the library, and then all of a sudden those things were closed. But even though those mistakes were made, you didn't give up. You kept going. So you learn from those mistakes, and I'm sure you're more prepared now than you've ever been before. So don't look at it as a failure, because it's not. As long as you continue to move forward, you're not failing. Your only time a failure can happen is if you quit and you give up. So thank you for not quitting. Thank you for not giving up. And thank you for overcoming the obstacles that were put in your way. You're better for it. And the community is better for watching you be better. What's up, Rhonda? Thanks for coming to hang out. Hey, Ava girl, how are you? Oh, Ava said she made hot chocolate bombs. I don't even know what that is. So if somebody could tell me what that is in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Before we move on, I definitely want to just say happy holidays to everyone. Today is December 25th, Christmas. We've all been hanging out. Hopefully we've all had good food, good fellowship, fun times with family and friends. Even if we couldn't visit all of them, hopefully we've talked to them over Zoom, Instagram meetings, text back and forth, and sent fun pictures. Because even though we may not be able to be face to face with everyone we love, we're so fortunate to live in a time where there's technology where we can still communicate with everyone that we love. Wait, Rhonda says she need a hot chocolate bomb. I might need one too if I figure out what that is. So I'm using new technology. So that is another thing that I was able to overcome in my resale business, learning to use new technology. If you guys have watched me at all on Instagram or YouTube at Swagslayer Fashion, I am very bad with technology, but I've overcome so many of those hurdles and obstacles to be able to use technology to communicate with you on a regular basis, to bring you great information, good news, and tips and tricks to help grow your business. With that in mind, be on the lookout for a new show starting in January 2021, where we will not only talk about ways to grow your business, expand your business, scale your business, organize it, and keep it in a nice time frame so you can enjoy your personal life, but we'll definitely be talking about things that can positively affect your personal life, your home life, your family life, because you're not just a reseller. Reselling is something that you do. Look for that announcement on Instagram for days and times to be on the lookout. And if there's anything you'd like to talk about in 2020, make sure you leave that in the comments below. In the chat is awesome, but as far as I know, I can't access the chat after the live, but if you leave it in the actual comments, I'll definitely be able to access that after. So again, I'm learning new technology, so you'll see me looking all over the place, and it may take me a moment because I'm trying these new features out. Okay, so they're talking about Secret Santa. So another thing that I want to talk about is the slow season is coming up. It's not a dead season, it's just slower. Let's be real. November and December is our busiest time of the entire year. And then there's some busy in January, and then it'll start to slow down. In that time of the slower season, use that time to prep your inventory. So do an inventory check to make sure all your inventory is where you think it is. Check to make sure you have all your inventory listed, because there are times that I definitely do not have all my inventory listed. Like, I photographed it, I put it away, and then somewhere in the mix of everything, I never actually listed the item. So it's put away, it's archived, it's in its space, but I never listed it, so I can't sell it. So definitely use the slower time to inventory your items. Make sure if you're cross-listing that you've taken all the sold items off of all the additional platforms. There is nothing like selling something that you already sold. So you want to make sure you check that as well. I took some notes here. Also make sure you look over your systems. So whatever systems you put in place to organize your inventory, to list and cross list, to photograph, measure, whatever those systems you've put in place, take a look at them, think about them, see how they're working for you. How did they work for you in 2020? And is there something that you can tweak? Just a small thing, not a big thing. We're not overwhelming ourselves, but just a small thing to be able to improve your system little by little. If we take a look at the things that we're doing and we pivot, small pivots along the way, our systems and our business and ourselves become better and better over time. Definitely make sure you take a look at your entire year. If you're on Poshmark, pull your inventory report, pull your sales report, take a look at those numbers and see how you did. And then think of a plan that works for you. It does not have to be my plan. It doesn't have to be another reseller's plan. The beautiful thing about reselling is all of us can have a different perspective and a different way to get to the same money. So take a look at what you had going on and see what ways that you can plan to be just a little bit better in 2020. Again, don't get yourself overwhelmed. Just look for a small pivot that you can do that helps you improve your business one step at a time. Yes, so for sure, Ashley, yes, organize your photographing and your pack. Yes, definitely do all of those things, because those make a huge difference. Sometimes we don't think those small things make a big difference, but they really do. So definitely take a look at those. And if you have questions, definitely DM me on Instagram, and then we can talk about those, and then I can bring those concerns also to the community, because sometimes there are things that we haven't thought of, but then we hear someone else say it, we're like, Eureka, I can do that. That would make my system better. We're all here together in a community to make sure we participate, to grow and be that iron that sharpens iron, to help each other reach the next step. Let me find my next one. The most important thing that we have done in 2020 is make new friends. The relationships and the connections that we've made in 2020 have brought us this far. I know personally, I have made connections and friendships with people that I never thought I would. Some that I didn't even know existed, some that were bigger in my mind, and or I should say on social media, that you wouldn't think you'd be able to connect to, because they have so many followers or community members that you would think, how would they ever have time to connect with me? They're running a business, they have a family, and then they have all these community members. But I really, really appreciate the group that has humbly taken me in as a reseller, where we communicate, we talk about things that aren't just business. I find that I'm one who could talk about business from sun up to sundown. My husband reminds me on a regular basis, hey babe, could we talk about something that's not business? Because I thoroughly enjoy business and educating people and helping them grow their business. And in the group that has humbly taken me in, we talk about all kind of things from A to Z. And that really helps because we're not just resellers. We're not just CEOs. We're not just small business owners. We are a facet of all kind of wonderful things. And so I appreciate that because that grounds me and puts me back and say, hey, I'm a human too. And so we just laugh and we giggle and we talk about different things, but somewhere along the way, business does come in there and we grow together. So I appreciate that so, so much. And another thing, which I thought I had a banner for, but I guess I don't. Things that we have done in 2020, we found tools to help grow our business. So yes, Rhonda says, I deeply appreciate all my connections, but more importantly, the friends I've made it's more than business. Yes. And that is definitely a lesson that we learn, that friendship is way more important than the money that we make. It's way more important than the business that we build, because at the end of the day, connections with other human beings is the most valuable thing. Don't forget, you're your most valuable asset. But if I'm my most valuable asset and you're your most valuable asset, and we just connect on a human level, think about how powerful that really is. So technology, yes. So I was saying, I guess I was supposed to say that earlier under the other tab and I got sidetracked, but y'all know how I am. Squirrel. So I was saying we've learned new technologies and new ways to communicate our business strategies, or show our business aspects, or even share and teach information to other people like I do here, and give information. We've learned new tools that we can find out in the marketplace that help us better run our business. For example, when in the beginning of 2020, I came across Sarah Styles' data sheets. Those made a huge difference in my business for me to be able to see my numbers, how my inventory works, what's selling, how long, and then to be able to see it on this beautiful little spreadsheet with all the circles and the pie graphs and this teal and pink color. I just love it, darling. So I was able to use that and utilize that in 2020. And I'm so appreciative that Sarah's math brain took the time to put that together so I could use that tool to better understand the business that I have. Not only did I use Sarah Styles data sheets, I also came across List Perfectly. There are many cross-listing apps out there, and I took almost 3 months to make a decision, but that is because I wanted to make sure I knew my pros and cons, knew how it worked, watched and saw how it was being used before I made my final decision. And I finally pulled the trigger, as y'all know, in November, the week of Thanksgiving, to go ahead and get List Perfectly because it met my business needs well. And so I used List Perfectly to cross-list across, I cross-listed 7 platforms, but that makes me active on 8 platforms. So that is a tool I use in 2020 that helped grow my business and give me more of my time back. And another tool, which we just talked about and I found out about, was POPL. I definitely have it on my phone, my little POPL donut. And I've already been using it. I haven't even had it a week yet. I absolutely love it. If you missed the video where I'm fumbling around and trying to show you during the unboxing how it works, check that out. It's great laughs. It was actually, I didn't even realize the video was as long as it was. So it popped up on my thing and I said, oh my gosh, because I planned for it to be a 5 to 10 minute video, but you know me, we know each other. But go back and watch that because it's hilarious. But I've already been using it to connect with other people who needed my information. And the cool thing about it is I just tap the back of their phone and it automatically comes up, and then they're able to find me on IG, find my contact information, find my website very simply. And then most recently, oh yes, I agree. our bond in the group it's timeless. It is the best. I'm so glad that I found other like-minded people who are looking to grow and go into the future instead of just be stagnant and complain all the time. Because I have to tell you, I have a, what's the word? I guess tendency to want to see the negative in things instead of see the positive. And I make conscious choices every day to see the positive, to see the silver lining. So I'm very grateful to be around people who do the same thing. It helps me stay a better person. Okay, I'm just reading through the comments. And then so lastly, one of the other tools that I invested in first, if you guys have been watching, I definitely bought my first, well, technically my second Apple product years ago, darling, when the iPad mini, not the iPad, the iPod, why can't I think of what it's called right now? That little music device in the mini form for Apple. That was my first Apple product. And I've never purchased an Apple product since. But I invested in an Apple product because, like I was telling you guys, I wanted to participate in apps that weren't yet on Android. And I kept putting it off because I was like, the two that I was going to participate in, I was like, I can wait till they come to Android. No big deal. But like I was telling you in the last video, if you watched today, the one I dropped this morning on IG and YouTube, when I heard about Flipped 2 months ago or 2.5 months ago, I was like, I have to get an Apple product because I want to be on the ground floor of using Flipped. It is blowing my mind what they're doing, where they're able to let you basically consign. So think about your local consignment shop, except for you're the seller and the clients are the people at home, the regular clients that your local consignment shop gets, who wants to sell their stuff, and then you just split the commission. I was like, mind blown. I have to do this. So I saved for a few months to be able to buy my Apple products so I could participate, because they're currently only on iOS. They are coming to Android. They're working on it. But I was like, I'm not going to wait. And so I pulled the trigger on that. So those are definitely some tools that I'm using in 2020 that have already made a huge difference in my 2020 production. But I know going into 2021, because I better know how to use them now, are definitely going to make a difference. I love this show where I come on and feature other resellers, other entrepreneurs, because I believe not only am I encouraged by what other entrepreneurs are doing, I believe that you guys are encouraged as well. And you're given new ideas that maybe you didn't think of to try out to grow your business. And then you're able to get those tips and tricks, because I know everyone here doesn't have a group like I'm fortunate to get to have, and I'm new to the group, so I haven't had the group the whole time. So I want to make sure I bring a public forum and setting where we are our own little group here, where we can talk and chat, and I can bring the news and research, because I'm researching those things already anyway for my business. Why not share what I'm learning with you guys and answer your questions in the best way I can, or find the answers to your questions when I don't know them right off the bat. So I'm reading through the comments. Okay. Okay, so side conversation, which I love. So those are things that we have all done in 2020, things that we have come across, positive, negatives, but turn them into a positive, silver linings, and all the things that we've been doing. And we only have greatness to look forward to in 2021. Things are not going to be fully functional as we remember them in 2019, first 2 months of 2020, but we've adapted really well. We have made decisions that have grown us, matured us. We've been forced to make decisions so that back against the wall that we would have never, ever thought of doing, or even been afraid to do if we weren't put in this situation. So even when the situation seemed harsh and unfair and it shouldn't have happened, look how much we've grown. I'm not the only one. I know all of you out here have grown as well, personally and in business and in your relationships with the people around you, whether they be romantic, friendship, or just family relationships. All of those make a difference. Remember all the positives that have come out of this year. Don't take the negatives into 2021. And I say that lightheartedly because I know saying it is easier than physically doing it. But I want to encourage you, guy and gal, You can leave the things that have gone in a way that we weren't happy with in 2020. We can forgive ourselves, we can let go, and we can leave them here in 2020. And we can start 2021 afresh with a new perspective, lots of positivity. And if you don't have anyone to reach out to, it's okay. You can DM me on IG. If you don't have IG, then you can email me. My email is in the description, I think. I'll put it in the description if it's not, because I know everyone doesn't have access to social media. Everyone doesn't want to be on social media, and I get it. So I just don't want you to feel alone out there. We are all in this together. We are learning together. We are growing together, and we are going to be great in 2021 together. I love it when you guys come and hang out with me. I always appreciate your time. I really hope that I'm bringing you fire content that is not only good for your business, but is also good for your personal life to help grow you into the person that you want to be. And never forget it, that I'm here for you. Never think that your resale life, your personal life, or your relationship has to look like mine, but know that I'm cheering you on for whatever it is that you want for your business, your personal life, and your relationships. We're all reseller fam here, and I love each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you on January 1st, because that is a Friday, for Swagslayer Feature Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because when I started the Swagslayer Feature Friday, I told you guys I would be here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. And no matter what holiday it is, I'm going to stick to my commitments and be here for you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort. I love talking to you guys. Thank you for being patient with me, with my technology and my sporadic all over the place, because yes, that's who I am in real life. So I'm glad that we can get through all of this together. Rhonda says, 2021 will be popping. Yes, I agree. And Rhonda says she loves that I share all my tips and tricks. Yes, I want to be able to make sure that you get some free content, that you get information that you can use, because everyone's in a different place and we all think differently. So we don't even come up with the same ideas all the time. So I'm glad that we can all share together in a conglomerate of information as we move forward. Ashley says, on New Year's, we're making a TikTok. Well, tag me in the TikTok, because I don't want to miss it. I have a TikTok, but I'm not that great at using it. So FYI, I made a couple TikToks, but they're not that great. And Rhonda says, yes, exactly. It can be done. Leave it all behind and start fresh. So yes, on that note, again, I want to thank you guys for being the best you could be all year long, and looking forward to seeing the better you that you will be in 2021, because we're always better than we were the day before. As long as we don't give up, we keep going, and we look toward the future. Thanks for hanging out, Slayers. I'll see you in 2021. Bye.